Hey, I'm Tom, and this is TRB Collectibles, where I go to yard sales, estate sales, and thrift stores. I buy items for a low price and then resell them on eBay for a decent profit. You did read that right. I did turn $5 into $150. If you're interested in seeing how I did that, be sure to stay till the end of the video, and I will let you know how. This week we're going to cover a lot of the sales that I've made and where I got the items from and how I sold them. To begin, I want to talk about something that I recently picked up, and it's in relation to what I've sold plenty of times before. I've mentioned it on the channel, and it's dimension cross-stitch patterns. I picked it up yesterday actually, and I sold it within less than an hour after posting it. What it was a small little container with a cross-stitch pattern with pieces that I've never seen before. So I went ahead and I looked up the comps on eBay. There was nothing in the US, but there was one seller in Korea that was selling it for $30. I said, hey, maybe I have something here, and I went ahead and I overpriced it at around $30. And within, I don't know, about half an hour, I started getting offers for 15, 20, 25, and I go, I must have had something here. Within about 2 hours, I went ahead and sold that item for $30 plus $5.95 shipping. I went ahead and I paid around $4 for that item, so I was pleasantly surprised. If I ever see it again, I will probably try to mark it up even higher, because I didn't even know what I had at that point, and $30 for a cross-stitch pattern? Hey, you can't beat it. The next item that I want to talk about is this Real Flight, I believe it's either 6.0 or 6.5 PC simulation game. It's almost like Flight Simulator. This goes back to a video that I made a little while ago that this estate sale was filled with model airplanes. Let me go ahead and take you back. Also, a couple looked over DVDs, games, and PC games, in which I found Real Flight 6.5. Now, the day that I went to this estate sale, it was literally, this estate sale was from 12 to 2 on the third day. This was the last day of the sale, like they were done. They were calling it at 2 and that was it. It was 75% off, not even 50%, 75%. They wanted $15 for this game. I could see why nobody bought it at that point. It's a little bit overpriced for a PC game, but more than likely they went online to find out how much this was worth so they could price it. You can get $30 to $45 just for this simulation plane game. What you always want to do is you always want to check it has its manual. The disc is in great condition. I picked it up for not even half of 15, so I picked it up for like $5 or $6. And if I could turn it into 40, then hey, that's a win. So I picked that up in my very first room. So I did go ahead and I picked up that item for around $5. And I did quote that I could probably make between $30 to $40 on it. I had listed the item, it had sat for a little while, and somebody had made me the offer of $25. For what I paid at $5, I couldn't complain at that. It was a healthy profit. I was happy to see it go. It was an easy ship, and they paid $4.95 on top to get it shipped to themselves. So overall, that was a pretty good sale. I was a little bit overestimated in the beginning, but I did walk away with a good, healthy profit on a lot of people passing it up at that sale. If you did want to check out that video, I will link it in the description. The next item that I did sell was called Darkening Days. It was a part of that large CD buy that I made not too long ago. I'll also link that in my description below. It was a yard sale that I went to. I purchased over about 250 CDs for about $40. This was just one of them that I happened to pick out. The disc was very clean. I went ahead and I cleaned it off a little bit more. I cleaned off the jewel case. I listed it. I purchased it technically for an average. I got it, I would say around $2, depending on how many of those CDs that I had that were kind of duds. So around $2 for the CD purchase. I went ahead and I sold it for $20 plus $2.89 shipping with a best offer. Hey, at the end of the day, I have a whole bunch of CDs that are totally worth it from that buy. I was very excited that I did make that purchase, and this is just one of those examples that sometimes it does pay to buy in bulk and not pass up on other types of media like CDs, because there are those that are still out there that listen to it, and a lot of the times it might not have been converted to digital yet. The next item that I wanted to talk about was this workout DVD or DVD set. Never pass up an opportunity to take a look at DVD sets. Yes, there's a ton of them. Yes, there was on VHS and cassettes and CDs and DVDs. And a lot of the time, it's a subscription-based service in which people make a little cash on top by selling it to other coaches, if you know what I mean. But a lot of the time, when they do retire and they don't make them anymore, this is where eBay comes in and resellers swoop in which those people are looking for their old workout routines that they've given away, and this was a perfect example. This DVD set, I went ahead and I picked up for $1. It was half off at the thrift store, so it was initially $2, so I got it for $1. And I went ahead and I sold it for $75. And you're looking at yourself, you sold $75 for this DVD set? Yep. The reason being, it was brand new, sealed in package. I was very excited to pick it up. I looked up the comps, I was like, wow. So I listed it for $100. I took best offer of $75, and they paid the $3.45 for shipping. So that worked out, if not comparable to that $150. Hey, $1 into 75 isn't bad either, you know? So always be on the lookout for DVDs as well as workout DVDs. Just don't pass up the opportunity. It doesn't hurt to scan. The next item that I always will pick up forever and ever and ever, and I've mentioned it again, time and time again, I am now getting more invested into media, because people still enjoy watching DVDs, they still enjoy listening to CDs, they still enjoy listening to cassettes, and they love watching VHS tapes. I can't explain it, I just supply them, you know? The next one is this Chuck series. I purchased this also at the same thrift store. Within the same week, it was still $1 for all the DVDs. Somebody was so excited that they paid me $30.79 in a best offer. I'm assuming based on the shipping being $4.01, it rounds it off, so it's not too bad. But they did get a great item, and I wound up profiting close to $20 to $25. Now, the point that's probably brought you to this video was, how did I turn $5 into $150? To be very honest, I turned it into $165 because they paid the shipping too. So, this goes back to that estate sale video, the one with all the model airplanes that I had just shown you with that PC game that I picked up. This estate sale was a true win for me. I went ahead and I picked up a Boston Scientific medical charging unit, incomparable with a remote. Let me go ahead and take you back to that moment so you can understand where I was at that estate sale. And I had found these two boxes from Boston Scientific. Now, you have to be careful when you do sell medical equipment online on eBay that it can be taken down, so there is risk involved with selling items like this. This one was a charging system, and this one was a remote control kit, so it's a remote control and a charging system. All their pieces and parts were inside, which I was very thankful for. I had brought it to the checkout table at the end of the day. I said, hey, I would like to buy these two, and they said, hey, there's more pieces and components to that. And I was like, oh, in reality, I knew there was, but I wanted these two pieces. So they went in the other room, two of the estate sale workers, and I believe they had a private conversation as to wanting me to buy this whole bundle, but it being at this point in the day, I don't think anybody else is going to buy it, and I'm here wanting these two pieces. They come out to me, they say, are you sure you don't want anything else? And I go, no, I'm happy with what I have here. The other pieces were not worth the comps. And they said, hey, we'll give you $5 a box. Sure, no problem. I'm perfectly happy. I'll take it for $5 a box. And they kind of looked at me odd, like, what am I going to do with heart monitoring stuff? But, hey, if somebody else could use it, I'm going to make sure that I can get it to them. This goes between $50 to $80, and this goes between $50 to $80 as well. And for $5 a piece, I was happy to take a chance and see what happens. So I did pick up both of those units for $5 a piece. And I listed one of them because I had to test the remote one while I was listing. So I went ahead and I listed the battery from Boston Scientific. In my video, I had quoted that I should be able to make $50 to $80. And unlike with the PC game, the simulation game, where I underquoted, or I overquoted, this one I greatly underquoted. $50 to $80. I went ahead and I listed this Boston Scientific battery for $149.99 based on other comps and other online sellers, and I sold it within a day for full asking price plus $15.20 for shipping. Yes. As I mentioned in my flashback, people are looking for these items. And remember, a lot of medical equipment, not necessarily charging units, but for sale legal equipment that you can buy, is very expensive, especially if you buy it from the manufacturer. So then there are those that won't necessarily buy them from the manufacturer, so they'll go on eBay and find it. And this is where I supplied that unit. So therefore, my Boston Scientific battery, yes, for the $149.99 price point, was expensive. Compared to buying it from the manufacturer, it was far less. So, buying it at $5, flipping it for $150, plus the $15.20 for shipping, I can't complain. I'm fortunate enough that I did find it at that sale, and I could bring it to someone that could truly use it. I still have yet to list that remote. I will be listing it soon. I will give you an update as far as how much it sells for, and if I was correct in estimating the price. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to click that like button. If you had any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. If you really had a fantastic time, be sure to tell your friends all about this video, and be sure to click that subscribe button. As always, my name's Tom, and this has been TRB Collectibles.